Good evening and welcome to the Channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. China's former leader, Jiang Zemin, who came to power after the Tiananmen Square protests, has died at 96. State media said he died just after noon in Shanghai on Wednesday. Jiang rose to power after the bloody 1989 crackdown on protesters in and around Beijing's Tiananmen Square, which led to China being ostracized internationally. One of the major figures of Chinese history in recent decades, he presided over a time where China opened up on a vast scale and saw high-speed growth. A Chinese Communist Party statement said he died of leukemia and multiple organ failure. Meanwhile, people in the southern Chinese city of Guangzhou have clashed with police overnight in the latest protests against the country's strict COVID rules. Footage online showed police in white hazmat suits clutching riot shields to protect themselves from debris and glass thrown at them by protesters. Another video showed people being taken away in handcuffs. On Wednesday, city officials said COVID restrictions would be relaxed in several districts. The leader of a far-right militia has been found guilty of plotting to stop US President Joe Biden from taking office after the 2020 election. A jury found Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rhodes guilty of the rare charge of seditious conspiracy following a 2-month trial. He plotted an armed rebellion to stop the transfer of power from Donald Trump to Mr. Biden. 4 more were on trial with him related to the 2021 Capitol riots.
We certainly are thankful for the not guilty verdicts that Mr. Rhodes received. We're disappointed with the guilty verdict.
It goes without question, we're disappointed. Out of 25 total counts, there were 11 guilty verdicts, so that's, batting above the Mendoza line, certainly.
NATO foreign ministers have attempted to reassure fragile countries in Russia's neighbourhood that they fear could be destabilised by Russia as the conflict in Ukraine drags on. Meeting in Bucharest in Romania, diplomats sought to calm countries that are struggling due to squeezed energy supplies and rising prices. European leaders worry that countries on the continent's southern and eastern fringes will lose patience waiting for membership of the EU and NATO, leaving them open to Russian and Chinese efforts to gain influence and vulnerable to instability.
We had a very good bilateral yesterday between Sweden, Finland and Turkey, and I have to say that I felt after this meeting that yes, there is progress in line. We are moving forward with the implementation of a trilateral memorandum which was signed in Madrid, and this is being done on several levels. Of course, ministerial level, it is being done on a level of authorities, and also I would like to add that I am now planning a trip to Turkey, to Ankara, to meet with my fellow foreign minister Mevlut Çavuşoğlu.
New drone footage shows Hawaii's Mauna Loa, the world's largest active volcano, spewing lava. The volcano began erupting on Sunday for the first time since 1984, ending its longest quiet period in recorded history. Hawaii officials say the 2022 eruption does not pose any threat to property, although unpleasant volcanic gases and fine ash may drift downslope. And the humble baguette, France's staple bread, has made it onto the United Nations Cultural Heritage List. Paris-based UN heritage body UNESCO has voted to include the artisanal know-how and culture of baguette bread on its list of intangible cultural heritage, which already includes around 600 traditions from over 130 countries. The baguette, a fluffy, elongated loaf of bread with a crunchy crust, is a symbol of France around the world and has been a central part of the French diet for at least 100 years, although some believe it has been around for much longer. Although baguette consumption has declined over the last decades, France still makes around 16 million of the loaves per day. That's nearly 6 billion baguettes a year. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel's studios in Lagos.